Hello and welcome to Back to School Night. It's Professor Ham, and I'm here to share my approach and tips on another topic your children are learning and how it can relate to different conversation and experience they're already going through. On today's topic, we talk about budgeting and smart spending and how kids can make a plan for the money before it disappears. So let's dive in. And when I bring up the conversation around budgeting, I keep it very simple and explain that the concept of a budget is a plan for your money. I stay away from strict and complicated rules because I want them to be aware of where their money is going, have intentionality of how to spend it. Another important thing around this is the concept of a budget being a map for your money. Because if you know where your money is supposed to go, you're less likely to have it disappear in random ways. Another framework that's commonly used that I share in the video is the save, spend, share method. That's not to have kids have a specific breakdown of how they're supposed to spend their money, but to show that money has different jobs and ways it can be used. You're probably already using different methods like this in systems and conversation and interaction with your kids already, but these methods give kids language on how to connect the dots to what you're already teaching them. Another important lesson is around tracking your spending. Now, I do this in a very practical and simple way of saying you can either do this in a notebook or your phone, whichever is easier. The goal here isn't for them to monitor every detail, but to really notice the trends in their spending. A lot of times, young people don't even realize that a lot of their small purchases are adding up over time, especially when it comes to apps, in-game purchases, online purchases, or buying snacks and drinks on a daily basis. It's really to emphasize awareness and not judgment in their spending, and also to uncover different things they're spending their money on. And what this helps them do is be able to make decisions later down the line on how they want to change their spending, if at all. And if you need a budget for your young ones, please check out the link in the description box below to a free budget template I created specifically for kids that's simple and easy to use. Students are also introduced to the lesson around smart spending habits, especially the 3 different ones I'm about to break down now. Comparing the price before you make a purchase, slowing down and waiting before making an impulse purchase, and then also understanding the cost per use of a purchase. For example, an item you may use every day may have more value than an item you only use once. This isn't taught to make sure that they avoid spending, but so they can make decisions and then think before they act. You may be already teaching them the concepts around comparing the price and also waiting for purchasing. These lessons just help reinforce that and give some intentionality behind building these different habits. One of the bigger concepts I talk about when it comes to smart spending is the idea that small purchases add up over time. Kids will then be able to see that the money they use to make one purchase at this time can't be used to make another purchase at the same time. It's important to also note that small purchases shouldn't be labeled as bad, but as decisions or a trade-off. Kids will begin to connect that with the different lessons and be able to see what they actually care about when making a purchase. Now, the realizations of these conversations might show up when they ask, how long do you think it might take to save for this item? Or if they notice that they're spending a lot in one particular category. As with every lesson, the goal here isn't to have a perfect budget or a strict budget, but to give kids the opportunity to think before they spend, recognize the different themes in their spending, understand trade-offs, and also connect daily decisions to long-term goals. This learning may come from sticking to a plan or realizing that your plan didn't go as expected. These may show up in different ways at different households, so there's no right answer here. If these lessons give kids common language on budgeting and spending, or connecting to what you're already teaching them, then these lessons are serving their purpose. Thank you for watching the video and staying engaged. I appreciate you being part of the conversation. I've also just launched a new website where there's more content, resources, as well as a free budget and SMART goal template for you to use for your children. Again, thank you for the time, and enjoy the rest of back to school night.